Well, good afternoon, good evening to Steve,
Afternoon, evening, you.
and good evening to everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. We've got another match tonight. There are actually two matches on tonight, but the main one we are focusing on is the round two match that's due to start at the top of the hour between Larry from the USA and Semipro from the UK. I'm just going to tab to the. Hang on a minute. I'm going to tab to the schedule just for a quick reminder. We have this match starting at the top of the hour. It probably won't be done within the hour. There is a one loss side match scheduled, which is between Bedhead and Lard. Bedhead should be the favourite for that, but look what Simanx did to LS3. That's what can happen in a bar table, and it's only a race to 9. And then we've got Bankster Coldest Pillow tomorrow at 7 pm, 2 pm Eastern. And an hour later, we've got Linus and Sergeresh. The Bankster Coldest Pillow match is a winner's side match, and that's the one I'll be focusing on. And then if the Linus Sergeresh match is still on, we'll go to that one. And then on at 9 pm, the big one tomorrow night, which is 4 pm Eastern, is Cobra against Real Poland Power. That's Stubb. And then finally, we've got Albinario and Tommy on Monday at 7:30. So it should be around for all of those. Right, Steve, it's your turn. Who's going to win this Cobra and
Well,
Semi-Pro?
semi-pro is a big favorite. I'm going to say some things about score. I think if semi-pro plays the right way, which means he doesn't do stupid stuff like, just start firing at balls. If he plays 8 ball the right way, the way I know he's capable of, I don't think Larry will get more than 4 games.
Well,
More
Semi-Pro,
likely, he's not going to play that way because he just doesn't seem to be able to lock in and you know play the right way. I don't know why.
well,
So more likely, it's going to be like Larry's going to get 7 or 8 games.
well, he said
And
he's not going to be in the stream, so he can't blame that. If
well,
he's out
I
the
mean,
stream, then he's focused.
I'm not saying Larry can't win either. Larry could win this. Semi-pro's a considerable favorite, but Larry could win. I mean, Semi-pro just has to learn how to show up for the match, and he needs to play. He needs to play every match like he's playing against uh, the best players. Where he just doesn't shoot shots he shouldn't shoot. He plays the right strategy. He knows how to play this game. He played this 8 ball at a high level. Pub 8 ball and bar table 8 ball were very similar. The rules are slightly different, but the strategy is basically the same.
Well, here we
So
go.
he has no excuse for doing dumb things. He really doesn't.
We've got Larry on the right, Semi-Pro on the left. None of them are using the carbon shaft, so we'll have the lag. Race to 11, and neither of them wants to lag. Now, the thing is sometimes when you lag, and plenty of players will have had it, sometimes when you lag off in VP4, and maybe you lag at exactly the same time, there's a stutter. And that's maybe why either player was waiting for the other player to lag off, so that they weren't doing it exactly the same time. I've noticed that happen. Watch this cue ball.
I think that's just frame rate.
It probably is. So the brake's dry.
Yep, and here we go. I mean, they're both probably doable. I'm not sure what I take here. Let's see here. What is
Well, there's a bit of a
I
mess
I
around the 8 ball.
you could take either one. Well, I mean, I like the fact the 7 and 1 are there, which I like the solids for because of that, and the 13 wasn't a problem because you could play the 6 off it. But the stripes are sitting better. I mean, the issue here is getting the 8 ball clear, and that's going to be a little tricky. he may try to do it right here. I would draw back into this, bump the 8 and 1. You're for sure you're getting a shot on the 14. Oh
Watch
well,
the
that
cue
was,
ball.
yeah. He kind of overpowered that one a little bit, but he got away with it. So he needs to get on this 12 ball, and that's the next big issue is the 12.
Welcome to Tam. Welcome to Rob.
He could shoot the 11 right here and try to get on the 12. It's a little bit of a tricky shot. You really got to spin this a lot. That's what he's trying to do, and he missed it trying to do it. I mean, that's a hard shot.
I had a quick look at that, Steve. I didn't think you could cheat the pocket. There was
yeah.
there was too much.
I think you could have, but when you got to go start putting extreme English on the ball and getting that line perfect's really hard.
Did I say good evening to Tam? We'll say good evening again.
Yep, evening, Tam.
Right, Tam.
So,
and Cobra, you can tell me who this BBC presenter who's been reported, because I'm trying to work out who it is. So somebody must have done a bit of rooting about on Facebook and places like that and found out yet.
I think Larry should shoot the 4 ball right now. He's good enough on it. If I was Larry, I'd shoot this 4 ball right now because it's going to be tricky to get to.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get back there. Yeah. He might never get. I mean, it wasn't great where he was, but it's probably better than where he might end up.
Well, that's not a shot you're going to miss on a bar table. I mean, the biggest issue with shooting the 4 where he was just controlling the cue ball, but making the 4 was easy. I think he definitely should have shot it while he had the chance. He looked like he tried to hold for it, maybe rolled a little bit too far, but it was still doable.
Well, he's got a couple opportunities to try and get back down to this 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely doable getting back down to the 4. He could do it right now, although he's going to have to wham this because he needs to go to the side rail and then back up. He'll probably try it right now. I would. I mean, it's certainly doable. There's you got a lot of room on that side. The only problem with this kind of shot is that it's real easy to do something dumb like scratch on because you're hitting this ball real hard. Well, he's not going to do that. So I don't know what he's planning on doing. This is no good. Now he's in trouble.
This is heading for a disaster here if Larry can't get there.
See, he could have hit that 1 ball real hard with the cue ball, tip a little bowl center, come off the side rail, and come up for the 4. It was doable. Yeah. But, if you were going to try to get positioned up better to come up for the 4 more controlled, you would have still, hit it hard and come back out and got angle on the 6, back the other way. I mean, this angle's just no good.
And he's going to take he's going to take a chunk of this 7 and 8 ball, and that 8 ball might billiard off the 14 and go in. He needs to be careful here.
This is so bad, you almost have to think about playing safe. And I don't know if he was trying to miss that, but that was the best thing that could happen. Mm-hmm. Not that Semipro can't deal with this, but, he was quickly getting to no man's land.
Bank the 9 straight away because that's the big problem ball.
Well, I think that's a better play, what he just did. Only problem is he bumped the 7 out and now left it. I mean, if he wouldn't have hit the 7, it would have been fine.
Let's have a quick look at this 8 ball. It doesn't go past the 14, and you've got to get reasonably good.
That was a huge mistake, bumping the 7 there. Putting the 6 in front of the pocket was good strategy, but you didn't want to leave him a shot. And he got away with it there. So he's going to bump the 11 here. And even if it goes in the hole, he should be okay if he doesn't hit it too hard. What you don't want to do is make the 11 and roll up on a 7. He's deciding he wants to shoot this, which that might be a better choice, assuming you make it.
Well,
and here we go again. It's another gift. So this is an easy bank and then shoot the 4 ball and 8 ball go. He's going to have to shoot the 8 ball up table.
Yeah, you've got to get really good on it if you're going to try and pot it. Well, that double kiss in the 11's done him a big favour.
Well, I think I think his best shot is to try to come just down past the 8 and shoot the 8 in the corner up by the 7. Now he's going to spin this.
He's drawing.
And this is
I
fine
would stun
too.
this and try and maybe, I don't know.
You got to get behind it. That's the main thing. You got to get behind it. And yeah, that's not where you wanted to go.
Well, the rack's over now, I would think.
Well, I've been thinking that the last 4 visits at the table, both of them have 2 of them where they should have run out. So they're both showing some nerves here because this has been very sloppy so far.
Maybe Larry was worried about the scratch up top of the table looking at that 4 ball early on. You know, the thin cut in the 4, the cue ball running a bit loose. He was maybe worried about the scratch. But
well, if you're going to shoot that, you're going to run it into some balls probably. I mean, you'll be taking a chance, but you shouldn't scratch there.
Oh, it'd be good if it was Gary Lineker.
Control the ball.
Yeah, we've got another TV presenter scandal brewing up here, Steve. The Sun newspaper, which is the big rag in this country, it's got an exclusive story about a BBC presenter.
I know the Sun.
Well, this could be easier.
Well, he should have spun out and gone around the other way. I mean, that was, you know, that really wasn't the way to play it because I think he had an easier shot, but he's good. It's a bar table. He shouldn't miss balls, and it's been a couple balls missed already.
Oh, that's another dry one. I think that's 2 in a row. Was there any in that first rack? I don't think there was.
No, they're both broken dry here.
Unbelievable, you get 2 dry breaks in a bar table.
Yeah, you don't see that a whole lot. I mean, 9 ball on the bar table, it's like, you know, if you're a good player, you can run unbelievable numbers of racks because it's so easy to make balls on the break.
Well, I quite like the solids, and I think Larry's going to plump for them, but he's got to hold the cue ball, which he's done for the 1, and that gets rid of the 1 as a problem ball.
That's a nice shot. That was a nice shot he played there, just, you know, ball speed. But, you know, isn't a difficult...
Can he get out of there? Well,
no, he's not going to try too hard to get out because he's got the 7. And so, you know, the question is, what are you going to shoot last?
6
and,
ball. Got to be the
based
6
on,
ball.
Well, I would rather shoot the 3 ball last, but based on where the balls are sitting, it might be the 6 ball.
Yeah, he might play the 3 to the 6.
I would have rather, you know, I would have rather had the 3 as the last ball, but he's going to end up with a 6, I think.
No, that's the 5 that's up top, so...
yeah, and he's got a 4 ball right against the rail.
Well, can you not dink the 4 and cut across to the 5 and deal with that, and then deal with the 3? You know, 4, then cut across.
I like going 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and the reason why is because this gives him a real easy shot on the 4. Where he can hold the cue ball, and then you just want to leave a little angle on the 5 so that you come off the 5 rail.
He's got the shallower angle in the 4 ball now.
Yeah, now you're just going to hit a little spinner. So you want to get pretty straight in on this. What you don't want to do is leave an angle back where the cue ball is going to go towards the 10. You can be a little bit on the other side, but so this should be all English controlling this. There's no draw here. You just use English. And he got a little funny. He's okay. See, I would have made sure that I was over a couple more inches.
I think he's fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, right at the limit.
When are they doing this exclusive story? Are they doing it tomorrow? Or Monday? I don't know. I'll keep my eye out.
That was a really well played rack by Larry.
Well, he had to sort of redeem himself for his first rack effort.
Well, he played a good pattern there. All the choices were good. There's nothing. He did nothing wrong. So when you do nothing wrong, usually you're running out.
Well, ball in the break, but a proper mess again.
Yeah. Well, did he break from the side? I wasn't watching.
I wasn't paying attention either.
This is the kind of table you get more like when you break from the side. It's more strategy. If you want to try break and run out, you need to break from the middle more. The problem with breaking for the middle is it spreads the balls, and if you don't make a ball, it's usually a sellout rack.
Now, what about playing the combo, the 10 ball, to cut the 9 onto the 6 and get rid of that and open that 6 away?
I don't know if you can make that. It's sitting real tough to make that.
It's a bit ambitious, but it's one way of sort of opening up those two other solids that are sitting there.
Yeah, I'd almost look at taking the stripes here, and I'll tell you why. Because you can play that 14 off the 6. You know, you can move balls. They're both good. I mean, the other thing is, you know, you might even take a ball and play safe, depending on what you're thinking. So he's going to take the stripes. I don't think there was really a wrong choice there. You just had to have a plan. You really needed a plan on how you're going to attack the table. Otherwise, at this point, what you do is you just play safe.
Well,
so you know, one shot he could shoot is yeah. So that's a good shot.
Yeah, he's trying to control the pocket. Yeah.
Yep, that's a good shot. You know, you could have played aggressive and tried to get a situation where you could play the 14 off the 6, because it was sitting pretty good for that. But he decided to, you know, he decided not to do that. And Semipro is trying to make that 14, and that's a big mistake not making it, because
and he's opened up the 10.
Yeah, now he's in business. So you just
the 10. I think Larry needs to get a bit of stun into this and get to his 12 ball.
This is hard. You'd have to really hit this hard to get the 12 ball out. This is tough. What I might do here is play the 9-12 combo, and the reason why is because you're going to run into the 10 and move the 10 out. So you could have played the 9-12 combo, run into the 10, or you could have just bumped them and not even tried to make them.
The 9-12 combo where, Steve? You're talking about the 12-9 combo? 12 ball first?
No, the 9-12 combo from where he was sitting. He could have played a 9-12 combo, right? And up in the corner. Because then the cue ball goes in behind towards the 10, and maybe you can just lock it up on the 7. Of course, if you do that, he's going to make the 6-14 and leave the 6 in front of the pocket. So
I don't know what you
that's probably that probably wouldn't be the best play in that situation. You know, the first chance Semipro gets, he's making that 14 ball.
I can't work out what Larry's trying. Is he trying to squeeze between the 9 and 8 to get to that 14?
Yeah, he should play. He's playing the 12, 9, 14. He's playing the 14 ball.
They've both got in the 6 and the 14's gone.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, except he got funny. So he needs to get a shot on this 13 ball.
I think he's fine here, Steve. Just a little dink, and he can clear the 13 once he gets rid of this 15.
He should be out here. He should be going 15, 13, 9, 12, 8. Or 9, 13, 8. I'm sorry.
Just that bump in the 5 just held him now. I think he can get all of the ball.
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, you got to know you're going to get that bump. I mean, he almost screwed up. This is just a little soft stun. Oh, you didn't want to go down there. Well, maybe he's trying to. That was. Boy,
he's got too much angle here.
He's okay. You just got to use English. You hit this left English. It's easy to hold with just some left English. You don't need to draw this. I see players in VP do this all the time. See, that's why he missed it, because he drew the ball. That shot should be hit with straight left English and a bunch of it, and the reason why is that's going to kill it off the rail. You'd be surprised how fast that'll stop.
Well, I'll say it again. I've said it 100 times. I'll say it again. When you need to play sort of delicate touch shots with a trackball mouse, it's not easy to execute them. I'll argue that till I'm blue in the face with anybody that wants to argue.
Well, I mean, it might have worked better if he shot it the right way. As soon as you start doing that low draw, soft draw shot like that, it's very difficult to get the speed. If you hit that with left English, you're always going to get good speed on the object ball, and the cue ball's still going to kill. He just shot that the wrong way.
Well, that was a table I was giving him the rack. and he's
Yeah, I
lost
mean,
it.
it was a gift that he gifted to Semipro. You can't afford to not get out on racks like that. You know, I thought he should have gone 13, 9, 12. He tried to go 13, 12, 9. I thought it was easier going the other way. And the thing about a player like Semipro, who, you know, we've all seen him struggle. If you let him get comfortable and get in rhythm, he's going to play like God. You just got to keep him out of that mode.
Mm-hmm.
And the easiest way to put a good player in God mode is start screwing up easy racks, because all it does is give them confidence.
Yeah,
They feel like, I can't lose.
There's not a lot coming back to him. That's it. 4 ball on the side, 10 ball I think top left, 6 ball bottom right. And this table isn't bad apart from the 9 ball. So the decision here is more than, well, of course the other problem's the 5 and is that the 13, that orange one?
Yeah. The
So he's going
13
to play the
goes.
combo.
Yeah. I mean, he should be out here. This table's sitting pretty good. The biggest problem he's got is the 9 ball, because the 9 ball is doesn't go past the 8, so it means you either have to bank it or get in a place you can come up table. Well, he tried to move the 8 and made it worse.
He might bank it right now.
Oh no, he's moving it. Well, actually, what I'd do here is probably try to. He should, and I'd probably try to.
Though. He's a bit straight.
No, you just cheat the pocket. Yeah. Cheat the pocket. Oh, see, that was. I was just gonna say. No, he should have ran. No, he should have ran into the 8 ball. At that angle, that double kiss is going to happen almost every time. So what he should have done there is run the cue ball into the 8 ball, because he was always going to come up with some sort of shot on the 9.
Well, he tried it again there and caught the point. He tried to bump the 9 again there.
He just made a poor decision, and now he's going to have trouble getting out. He's going to try to break it right now. He's going to try to run into it. At this angle, he should get it clear.
It's not easy just to come up the table and play the bank. He's caught the point again. Now he's forced into the bank. Eventually he's going to play the bank. I've said bank for the last 3 shots. He's no option now. He can't duck for cover here. He's going to lose the rack.
He may not shoot the bank here, because it's kind of tricky where that 8 ball is. He may come back up the table and shoot it. But he screwed up a long time ago by running into the 9 instead of the 8 ball. I mean, there's just no way you play to run into that 9 ball.
No.
Now, the only real good shot he's got here is a 2-rail bank, and it's going to be difficult to get position on the 8 other than banking the 8.
What, double bank across into the other side pocket, Steve?
What
2-rail bank are you talking about?
In the corner. That's the one that's guaranteed. Trying to get this
past the 2 ball. Ah, right. I've got you now. Right, I've got you now.
You might be able to bank this 1 rail on the side, but I kind of doubt it.
Right, he's calling your shot then.
He's playing the 2-railer. And the problem here is where you're going to get on the 8. You might be able to slide it over and shoot it in the same pocket, assuming you do it, because you've got to cut this ball a little. If you hit this straight, it's going to come up short. You got to cut it just a touch. The idea is you stun it over behind the 8 and shoot the 8 in the same pocket.
Yeah, so you need it.
But the cue ball, he didn't cut it enough. The cue ball had to cut to the other side of the 8.
Well,
but if you're not used to shooting 2-rail banks, you're just not going to know that shot.
Well, this is a chance for Larry to return the favour, because Semipro stole that second rack from him and had on Larry's break, and Larry's now, he's got to get past that ball, and he hasn't got there. And that's the problem. That's the best chance he had of getting there. Now it's a lottery as to whether he's going to get anyone near it.
You can shoot the thin cut on this. You know, that thin cut with a lot of right English is pretty easy, because the ball's close to the rail.
Well, I think he's going to have to just dink the 3 in or whatever, and leave that cut right now, and go up and down the table, back up into the table for the 5.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's what I would do, because it's guaranteed.
You know, you got to make sure that you hit it hard enough that the cue ball coming down off the bottom rail and back up into the halfway house.
Well,
He's tried it
trying
again.
to get,
He's tried it
trying to get
again.
on it.
Now, how's he
He
doing?
hit it
Well, he's
good.
fine. That'll do.
Yeah, but that was a rack.
Well.
Semipro made one bad decision that cost him the whole rack, because then he was just chasing to get that 9-ball loose, and he hit the tit a couple times. But the bad decision was not running into the 8-ball on the breakout, because that guaranteed him some sort of shot. Running into the 9-ball, who knows? Guys, anytime you're trying to break balls out that are near the rail, when you're coming into the ball at a steep angle, like more directly towards the rail, it's gonna double kiss most of the time. So to get balls loose, let's say you got 2 or 3 balls, or I mean, if you are gonna try that shot, you gotta just hammer it. You gotta put tremendous speed in it, because the tendency is for them to double kiss and just sit there.
Yeah. Good evening to Bill. So Larry's on his break. We're 2 apiece, and Larry's dry again. 8 balls locked away.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's not going to take the solids here.
Now, why?
I mean,
now when you say solid, Steve, what ball was that? Was that a solid he just potted?
Yeah, that was a solid.
Well, he's going to play the combo. He's going to bump this ball onto the 9.
Yeah, and this is a good shot. I mean, you can make that too, hitting the 6 too, although the position's weird because you're going to double kiss. I mean, the only thing about this shot, you're probably going to come up with a shot. It would be nice to play this where you hit it up high and run into the 11 and try to control it, and maybe you end up with a shot on the 7 just in case. But you'll probably come up with something. And he did. Now, unfortunately, his 6-ball's tied up, but that's the kind of stuff that's going to happen on those kind of shots. He had to hit that with some speed. It's hard to control everything in that shot. There's some unknowns. So at this point, this is where you got to decide, do I have a plan to get to the 6-ball, or am I going to start playing safe and moving balls? Well,
the 1 ball goes.
The 1 ball goes. I mean, it can be used to break out to 6. The problem is where that 6 is sitting with the 11, 14, and 13 there. There's a good chance you try to break this out and it's just locked up against another ball again.
Well, Spud Boy.
He may try to come behind this, and this is really tough because of where the 13 ball is. Chances are you're hitting the you almost have to get lucky here. I would have been playing safe. Well, he didn't try to come behind it. He went right into it.
Well, the 6 ball's in play now.
The 6 ball's clear, so it looks like what he did is successful. He took some chances there on where balls were going. At that kind of speed and stuff, you just can't predict.
Well, he's going to have the angle in the 4 ball to get out into the table to cut that 6, but he's missed a 3, so Larry...
Yeah, well, and that's just inexcusable to miss that ball. I mean...
Larry's going to have to duck and dive here, obviously. I think, where the 8 ball is, he's going to have to do something if he's going to keep progressing and potting balls here.
Hi to Bill. Hi to Cobra. Hi to Steven. Hi to Bedhead. Oh, we got lots of people in the stream. Yeah, it's that's just he should be out there every time. I mean,
why not try? See, if this was me, I'd be trying to come around to the 10 ball off this 13 that's up there, and if I got straightish on it, I'd be potting the 10 into the side and drawing into the 6 or something like that. I mean, there's a chance to do that now.
This is the chance to do it right now off the 13.
I mean,
this is an easy shot, and it'll be hard to hook yourself unless you hit it really soft.
Well, he potentially get 2 goes at it here, because if it doesn't work out, well, he's got the double kiss. That hasn't really helped him a great deal.
He needed to come into it between the 6 and the 8, not there.
How is he in the 10?
He can try it again right now. All it is top and a whole crop load of right English, and he can get into the 8 ball. I mean, you can get on that 8 ball too. You can play a bank or you can play it up table. I mean, if I was going to move it, I would have tried to do it right there off the 10 ball.
Well, he's going to
I
try
think
it now after the 9.
no, I think what he's going to do is go 9, 12, and get a good position on the 10 where he can shoot the 8 ball up table.
Well, if he
At
does
this,
it, if he does it now, though, Steve, he's given himself at least 2 chances. If he doesn't get it with the first one, he's still got a chance.
yeah, at that point, I would have just played for a good position on the 10 and shot the 8 up
He
table.
wants to hit this half ball anywhere. It's bound to come off the rail and out.
Yeah, anything could happen here. This is risky.
No, he's done it again. He's done it again. He's put it back to where it was 2 shots ago.
Well, he had 2 balls there. It would be real easy to get good position on the 10 where you could just roll forward, come off the end rail, and cut the 8 up the table. And you're not going to miss that shot on a bar table. You know, that was a time where the first time he bumped the 8, it moved out a little, got a little better, and I thought he was in a real good position where those balls were sitting.
Well, this is where you drop off the rail into it, don't you?
I could almost guarantee you if it was Cobra with those 3 balls left, he would have played for position on the 8 ball up table.
He didn't get into it. I think he needed a bit of spin on that to help it over.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's still got the bank, and I mean, this is, you know, it's not a guaranteed bank, but it's probably a 50-50 bank if you're decent at banking.
He called it in the second. I
think for a guy like Larry, it's probably about a 50-50 bank. Now, you got to decide whether you're going to put English on this or not. The English will help it some because the tendency is to bank short, and he got it. Good play. So, and that's the thing about bar tables is, you know, you can make up for a lot of sins because it's easy to pocket balls on them.
8 ball's gone in. Something else went in as well, so 8 ball will come up. Or what option does it give you? The 8 ball's not come up. There must be an option.
He can re-break, or he can. I think he's got an option to play the table like it is. I don't know. I get confused in the rules. There's so many in my
got a pop up, and he's had a look at the table. He's going to play.
Yeah, it was either a re-break or take the table as is and spot it. So.
Right, you've got. 3 solids down this end of the table where we are.
I think he'll probably take the stripes, and that's what he's doing.
Now he's looking for that. Is he looking for a combo straight away here in that 11?
No, he's just shooting a 4 ball here. 14 ball, I mean. Do you think he'll try to? I don't think he needs to do that.
So he can shoot into the gap.
He can shoot the 10. He can shoot the 10. He can get in the gap. There's a lot of things he can do. But see this dink. So he's dinked 2 balls. He's going to dink another one.
Now, how? I mean, what ball's going to get him good on that 10? The nearest one's at 11, and it's not sitting great.
He could get on it right now.
Well, he's fairly.
Now, maybe not on this table. He may not be able to get inside the 15 on this table. I could hit this shot on a real pool table on most of them and get inside the 15. He may not be able to here. He's looking like he's going to shoot the 15 and go forward, and that's fine. He's going to go wide of the 7. Or he's going to go in between the 7 and the rail, and then just spin down and shoot the 10. Now,
he's on it.
The tricky thing here is if you're going to play shape on 11, this is tricky because it's difficult. You know, cue ball is going to hit the 1. So this shot is tricky. This is a shot that, you know, now you could bump the 1 and then shoot the 9 and then the 11, but you know, you could be hooked on the 9 with the 1 ball. So this is kind of tricky. Yeah, and he's got himself, you know, he's going to have to shoot the 11 up in the corner or in the side and then shoot the 9.
Brush the 1 and not push him. No, he's hit it full in the face, so he's taking the 8 in the side.
Yeah, but yeah, see that's.
Oh no, that's kind of. I forgot he still got the 9. I forgot he still got the 9.
That was kind of a silly mistake because he was playing to bump it and get a shot, but you know you don't try to hit that perfect. You make sure you bump the 1 hard enough to move it out, or you're not going to get hooked. I mean, he hit it full on, so the problem wasn't that he didn't hit enough of the one. The problem was he just didn't hit the shot hard enough.
Well, this is a bonus for Larry because again, you know, I'm running this table. I mean, you've just got to make sure you know where you're going first.
So I don't think Semipro did a whole lot wrong strategy wise. I mean, you can argue, well, it'd be better to shoot this ball or that ball, but I thought the pattern was okay. But the shot where he didn't get on the 9, you know, that just shouldn't be happening.
Good evening to Bankster. Well, have you played a jump yet in this tournament, Cobra, with your playing queue? Because there's no jump queues, remember?
Well, Larry's a smart player, and he's played 8-ball. I mean, he doesn't have the speed that Semipro does, but you know, Semipro just keeps screwing up, and that's, you know, ultimately in pool, and this is the tough thing about pool, is you can just shoot all the wonderful shots in the world where everybody's going ooh and on and stuff, but if you don't get out, then it was all for naught. And that's what we're seeing out of Semipro right now, is he's played a lot of good shots and good decisions, but he's not getting out. Whereas you just saw Larry last rack where, you know, he did a lot of things, decisions that he did a couple decisions that I don't think were very good, but he still managed to get out. And ultimately, that's what it's going to come down to: is can you get out and win the rack?
Now, just a little stun and hold the cue ball for the 8 in the same pocket.
Yeah, he's just going to come
the cue
back
ball
off
on
the
the side
rail. He's okay. A little bit too low on the tip, but he's okay.
Well, daylight for Larry.
Well, it's now looking
And
like
the
this
break.
is going to be a good match, because Larry's up a couple, and you know he's breaking, and now it's beginning to look like
And an 8-ball again.
it's going to be a good match, because Larry was the underdog and he's ahead.
What do you go for here? I mean, I think they're all pretty good, because the 1-ball I think goes.
You almost got to go for the stripes, sir.
Stripes? No, the 1-ball doesn't go.
Yeah, you got to go for the stripes, sir. I mean, they're just sitting too good. I'd probably shoot the 15 and play position for the 10 onto the
well, of course,
13.
his ball in hand in the kitchen, so he can't shoot the 15. Can he?
It's not ball in hand.
Was that a scratch?
No.
Am I just getting confused? Oh no, it wasn't. It was the 8-ball that went down, and then he had to choose.
Yeah.
That's
All
right.
right. So he's going to play the 12 on to the 13, and then play position for the 11. Now, the only thing you got to watch out for here is you got to make sure you control the speed of the 12 so it doesn't do something like roll up on the 3-ball. If you hit this with reasonable speed, it'll come over. Oh, he hit it. He hit the 13 in the far left of the pocket and was able to actually make it. So. And this is just a touch shot here. And it's a little touchy being on the rail, and he hit it beautifully. That was really well done. That's the kind of shot it's real easy to overhit.
Now, where's
real
he
soft draw.
Where's he playing this 8-ball?
Same pocket. It goes. Well, he's going to bump it. That's fine too. That's probably a better decision. I mean, there was no trouble bumping it that direction.
Well, question's been asked of Semipro now to come up with some goods.
Well, I mean, Larry's playing well. Larry's he's getting out. That's the important thing. In general, he's made pretty good decisions. Not all of them, but in general, he's made pretty good decisions and pretty good patterns. And
yeah, I thought that was tight, Cobra. That 8-ball.
He's played a couple of really good racks, including the last one, where he played really good patterns, made no mistakes. Well,
Semipro said the worst thing happened to him as far as his break goes. He's came up dry. Larry's just studying the table, trying to work out what to do and where to go.
Yeah, this is kind of tricky here. He decided to take the stripes. I'm not sure I would have done that. I mean, as long as you got a plan on how to get to that 12 ball, it does bank. So, I mean, if I was going to play the stripes, I'd be shooting the 12 next after this.
Oh, you just let the cue ball go. The 10 ball's next.
Yeah, that was a little tricky getting on the 12, and you know he's going to have to bank this 12 ball.
Now,
Yeah.
why not come back off that 10 into the left-hand side of the table, try and see enough of that 11, and then use the 11 to pot, and then try and break out the pink 12 thing.
Well, you can, but
I don't think
I'd
he's
rather
got there
bank.
though.
I'd rather bank it, and the reason why I'd rather bank it is it's very sure. Trying to
Well,
break this out is not so sure.
well, the
See
13
that?
does go, so he can do it off this.
Yeah,
He can have a go.
but this is not so sure. Banking it's guaranteed. This, who knows?
Oh no, he's had an
Yeah.
old smack at that.
Well, you know, he knew he needed to hit it hard, and you know, then you're just relying on, you know, it's kind of a piece of stubbish. You're relying on some luck on how the balls come out. Whereas if he banked that, he had a clean look at the bank shot,
Well,
and he could have just drawn back, and he had 11,
I
13.
think
Nothing would.
I just got the impression he rushed it. He was desperate to get the shot over with.
Well, yeah, he shouldn't have missed the 13, but still, there's no guarantee he was coming up with a shot on a ball or something wasn't going to tie up. What I'm saying is that when you got the opportunity to control the balls and not do anything that could potentially get you in trouble, that's always the best play. And he was in a perfect position to bank that 12 and just draw back for the 11 and 13.
Well, Semipro, this is a must visit. 5-2
Yeah.
down, given the chance to clear the table. The obvious problem would have been the 7 ball, but he's got rid of the 3, so that opens up the 7.
And Larry did this the other rack where he didn't get out, where I was saying he should have played behind the eight ball, and instead he tried to break it out. I mean, we're seeing a pattern where he's trying to break balls out too much, not taking what is there and guaranteed, and instead trying to move balls and getting in trouble.
Well, this is
This is just a touch shot. You know, this is you can actually go either way with this. He'll probably go with inside. Now he's going to go outside.
watch the side pocket.
Going. I'm not sure where he's trying to play that. If you were going to play that okay, he was. I'm not sure what the hell he was
He's not
doing.
got an awful lot of pocket here, by the way. Could easily catch the point
He
here.
doesn't. I think he was trying to go shoot that in the same pocket that he just pocketed the one in and caught the titty. Well, I don't think I would have done that. There's a couple other ideas maybe. That was tricky, and now he's got tricky again. But see, Larry will probably get out here because it's semi-pro.
Yeah.
Well, anything can happen if it's semi-pro.
He's catching the point. I told you, commentators. I said there wasn't much room.
Well, there was plenty of room to make the ball. He just didn't shoot it in the hole. I mean, he missed the 12 ball by an inch.
Steve, there was never plenty of room there.
Well, he missed the 12 ball by an inch, so it's not like it was super tight.
That was way too tight. He had to be spot on to just miss that ball and squeeze in the pocket. It was always going to hit the point, if anything. So, Semi's chance is gone. He's got himself out of line, and Larry's got the table at his mercy again. Well, he's now got himself. He's now trying to get himself in trouble.
You need to overcut shots.
Yeah, I think Cole was talking back about that breakout shot.
I don't know what he's saying about you need to overcut shots, because he did overcut it. That's how he missed it.
Yeah, he slammed it and overcut it.
When you're hitting the ball hard, when you're hitting the ball hard, you don't have to overcut it, because it's not going to throw hardly at all at that speed. So, you know, when you start hitting it hard, you need to aim thicker on the ball, because it's not going to throw as much.
Well, we've been playing for 40 minutes, and it's now 6-2 to Larry. Break goes back to Larry as well. Ball in the break, and these balls don't look to have broken too badly here. I'm giving this to Larry straight away here. I mean, he's got a table that you just have to find your way into the open spaces. I can't see where he's going to fail. The only decision he has is the stripes. I think that 9 ball must go past the 6 up top.
Yeah,
And
this table looks really good. I mean,
this is out.
this is a table he should run out.
Yeah, 9 ball's fine, no worries there, and everything else. Well, I suppose you could say that he has to. I would be wanting to deal with that 10 ball fairly soon. I don't know about leaving the 10 ball there as a last ball to get to the 8. This might not be quite as clear cut as first thought, because you've got work to do down this end, and then you've got to get yourself back up to the 10, and
this is pretty clear cut. I mean, I think this is a
good idea. This is a good idea. Play the 10 onto the 14.
I wouldn't do that
but now he's not doing it.
I just shoot the 10 on the side. I wouldn't have done that.
See, now the 10
I would have just hit that easy and shot the 10 on the side.
10 sort of isolated there, and he might not be getting great on this 10 ball.
Well, this is a little tricky because you got to decide whether you're dinking this or you're bringing an 11 ball into the 5 with a little bit of speed.
Yeah,
he's looking like he's going to go for the speed.
This could be stuck against the 5.
Yeah, he hit it hard enough where it didn't. That was like bare minimum.
Well, I think he can draw into the gap between the 8 and the 4, get out into the table and take the 11. I think that's what he's doing. Get into the gap. The only trouble is if he gets into it too much, he can hook himself behind. Oh, he's bumped to 4. I think he's okay though.
Well, Stephen, yeah, one last pocket 8 ball is a fun game. I don't know how many people have played it on this, but it is a good game.
Well, the 8 ball is, well, it does have most of the corner pocket from this end. If all he's going to do is drop that 11 in and bump off the 5 and come over to this side.
Yeah, he's got plenty of room. It's just a question of you just got to get on this 11 in a way that you know you're going to get a good shot on the 8, and that's not really it.
He's going to be taking a chunk of the 5.
It's going to double kiss, and if you try to, he's just going to roll it, which is smart. That was the smart way to play it, but he missed the ball. Oh my God.
Oh. I think he was doing his best there to try and take as little of that 11 ball as he could to get it in the hole, to make sure he didn't hit that 5 ball thick and stick there.
Well, he was going to double kiss. I mean, I think the speed was fine. It's just, yeah, I'm not quite sure how you missed that ball.
Well,
I mean, I've done it.
You're the one that said Semipros did all these, what do you call them, these setups on the internal browser. So this is a perfect opportunity for Semipro to well, he's dealt with the problem straight away, although he's still got the 7 ball to deal with.
Semipro's problem is not in practice. He's great in practice. He needs to get better in actual match.
Well, to try and get below the 7, which he's done, and now he's out.
I mean, he's got all the tools. He just keeps screwing up. Here we go again, screwing up. He's okay. Thought he overrolled that, but he's fine. I mean, he should be running out almost every time. You know, the table's sitting good, and there we go.
This isn't great. I mean, he's still going to be odds on. He's going to have some sort of shot somewhere in this 8 ball, and that'll do.
Well, I mean, it's for a good player. That's not a situation where you're not going to get out because of that. But you know, you really shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. I mean,
well, not when you're 6-2 down and you're trying to get back in the game. You want to make things dead easy, and that's what happens. You know, you don't get yourself good shape. You end up doing that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that position. You should never miss that 8 ball. I mean, you know.
Well, he wanted to have a better angle than that. I
don't know if you put any English on it. If you put any English on it, you know, if you come up short on that, then you overcut it. You know, it's just.
Oh dear. Well,
I'll tell you what, Hugh. You give me that shot on a bar table, I'll bet you $1,000 I make it 99 out of 100 times. You're just not going to miss that ball.
Well, Semipro did. And what was said in the chat there? What was said? What was said in the chat there? I missed. What did anybody read the text there? Was there a message come up from Semipro?
Oh, that might be a fine there.
Is
And
that
that's
is that the is that the toys out the pram? Is that the bottle gone? No
Semipro just quit.
no stomach for the fight. He said he was done. He's not got the stomach for the fight, and it's
Well,
a race to 11.
that's going to be a fine.
Yep. Well done to Larry. Larry just did what he does, and Semi-Pros, and all for the fact that he never got a lot better on that 8-ball. I don't mean staring it down the pocket, but you know.
No, that wasn't the problem here. You should never miss that, and he knows it. The problem with Semi-Pro right now is that he's just setting himself up for failure because he's going into these things with no confidence. He's letting every little mistake bother him instead of just trying to focus in and play.
Yeah.
When trust me, I'm an expert at this because I did this for a long time in real life. When you're worried so much about how you're playing, you just distract yourself and then you don't play good. You just got to get rid of all that and just play. And it's hard. He's struggling with that, and he just got really frustrated there because he's not playing anywhere close to the level he plays. It's hard to explain unless you've been there.
The thing is, we know he's a good player, right? But where his problem is in the head.
Well, that's basically what I'm saying. You got to learn to deal with things not going the way they're supposed to go, and you've got to understand how to make your game work.
Larry, in that first rack, I need to, if Larry's still there, in that first rack, here's a question. That 4-ball that was down in the kitchen and you were quite high up on it, why didn't you cut it across into the corner pocket and let the cue ball run up the table and get rid of that 4-ball? Because ultimately that was the reason you probably ended up losing that first rack, because you didn't take that solid ball first. I'm just wondering, was you worried about the scratch? This is an after-match interview, by the way. Oh, and just for anybody who's still here watching this, we've got another match. We're going to fall back on... Oh, you thought you could get on it? You see, well, I thought you couldn't. I thought your best chance was probably cutting it, and Steve thought the same, so we were right and you were wrong. We've got the one lost side match.
Actually, he could have got on it later. I just would have taken it then because I thought it was a good time to take it. But he could have got on it later. I mean, he could have got on it when you shot the 1-ball. You were going to have to wham it, but you could have got that up table.
Well, we've got, hopefully Lard shows up. Is Lard in the lobby? Bedhead's in the stream, or at least he was. So we've got a one lost side match going up at the top of the hour. So we'll hang around and watch that. And I mean, it might be that I don't know how this match will go. But this bar table's caught out LS3. Simanx managed to keep his sanity for a match and took out LS3. Normally, when I've seen Simanx played in any 9-ball, he's banging balls all night long.
Well, maybe he plays good 8-ball, or maybe just, I mean, the thing about a bar table is people that don't move the cue ball well but pocket balls well can run a lot of tables out because, it's easy to make balls.
Well, we'll blame Patrick Swayze. He joined the stream and Semi-Pro quit. I think that was enough to put him off.
You think so, huh?
Well, we've got to blame somebody. But anyway, Semi-Pro is going to have his pocket dipped. Steve's going to take some V-dollars out of him. I think it'll be the standard $1,000. You say whatever you do stub for, or whatever you used to do stub for.
Oh no, it's 1,000 at Stubbs level. First offense was 300.
Oh, 300. That's bloody lenient. Rip him for 1,000. All the guys in the stream will tell you, get him dipped for 1,000. He's a lot more bloody sense than what Stubb has. I'd be ripping him for 1,000. Severe punishment, no sympathy.
Well, he was probably better in the 4, but I play a little bit of 8-ball league. I think I'm a 10 in the league I'm in now.
Now, let's have a look. There are lads in a room, so I wonder if Lard's doing a stub. Is Lard playing 9-ball or something before his match? Where is he? He's in his own room. Let's have a look. Oh no, he's in a challenge room on his own, is he? Yeah, he's playing 8-ball, but the only thing is, he's playing it in deep pockets. Or has he got that? Has he got that table on? Oh, he has got the table on. Yeah. Well, we'll just twiddle thumbs until this room goes up. Oh, there's Jana. Is Jana going to stay at the end of it? Why does this guy Jana never get fined? He either doesn't show up.
He's been fined before.
Has he? I don't think it makes any difference to him.
No, it did make a difference because he was quitting on people, and I fined him. I think I fined him 1,000. I don't remember. I think it was 1,000, and he stopped doing that. I don't know. He may have started back up, but he was quitting a lot of matches and really pissing people off.
Yeah, Bedhead's in getting some practice. How long have we got? We've got about 6 minutes, right? Okay, guys, if you've got any complaints, you can now address them to Steve between now and 8 o'clock.
No, thanks you.
let's lay it on him thick. Oh dear.
We've already heard Semipro how to get a $10,000 fine. Any other wonderful ideas?
I think what we'll do is let's see who Larry's got next round. Where are we? Right, Larry's through. Oh, the bad news. It's all bad news for Larry. He's either going to be playing Tommy or Albinario. You don't get good news in the winner's side. So we've got Ice Age and Slim to arrange their match in round 2. We've got Biggs already through waiting in the winner of that one. You've got Cobra and Stub on... what day is this? This Saturday? I've totally lost track of where we are. Well, tomorrow night you've got Stub and Cobra. And whoever wins that will play the winner of Larry's match, whoever he plays. So it's shaping up nice. On the one loss, well, I presume that Semi-Pro quit the tournament. I presume he's quit the tournament. Is he still in it? Has he actually bailed out the one loss side? Where the hell is he on this? I can't see him. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's still there. He hasn't quit the tournament. I think if you're going to quit the match, you might as well quit the tourney. That's my opinion. You know, if you ain't got the stomach to stay in it and face up like a man.
You know what? I don't. Did I give Albin his? I never gave Albin his. I never gave Albin his $1,000 for high run.
Oh, I did.
Oh, yours was for. Yours was for.
I sent him $1,000 for his 146 break in the snooker.
I thought I was doing high run. What was I doing?
You were doing what was you doing? You were supposed to, if anybody got a maximum, mind you, a 146 is rarer than a maximum, but if they've got a maximum, you're given a year's subscription.
Oh, okay. Well, you missed it by one.
Oh, you're tight, so you are tight. You missed it by one. That's Steve Chaplin's rules, folks. He just finds Semi-Pro $1,000.
No, I haven't found.
I'll tell you.
I'm gonna find them because I said before it was three. I said it before. The first offense was 300, and then it was 1,000. That Stub was at the $1,000 level. It was increasing fines. Yeah, Alvin just bought a Carmelli Fatch with a Solaris carbon fiber black shaft.
Who has?
Alvin.
I didn't catch
Albin's,
the bus part of that. Albin bought it. What are we talking about?
Yeah, Albin's got himself a carbon fiber shaft and a Carmelli Fatch.
Oh, did you just get him that? Did you buy him that?
No, he bought it.
Oh, he bought it. So you didn't even buy him a decent cue either? No. Right.
He's got plenty of V dollars. Trust me, Alvin is not hurting for V dollars.
Right. Well, what time is it? We've got what 2 minutes to go for the this match to go up. Race to 9. Bedhead and Lard. Could we have a big shock on? I don't know how Lard plays bar table. I've never seen. In fact, I don't recall seeing Lard playing anything. So we'll find
Bedhead
out.
plays okay. He makes a lot of strategy mistakes, but you know he moves the cue ball well and pockets balls well. So Lard's going to have to play if he's going to be Bedhead.
You didn't like using the black cue on the bar table, the carbon shaft in the bar table. Why is that, Cobra?
Well, it takes getting used to. That's the thing is, you got to get used to it. It's going to be different. It took me 2 months to get used to mine when I bought one. I was about 95% after 2 weeks, and then the last 5% took another month and a half. Yeah, I need to put in the offline, Larry.
Now, I mentioned this the other night, and I don't know. I mean, Larry, I don't think was in the stream the other night, or was he? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to mention it again. For those of you who were around VP3 a long time ago, you will remember Satman. Tony Lamb is his name. And Mark, Steve-O, told me that he's in a bad way. He's been undergoing cancer treatment and the prognosis is not good. It is not good. And we'll probably be getting news sooner rather than later, shall we say. So that's another VP3. He's not gone yet, but the prognosis is not good. That's all I'm going to say. He's not been in VP4, but then again, he may well have been getting treatment for quite a while. You know, he'll try everything down to the last straw. So we'll send our wishes to him regardless. Wish him all the best. Right, the room is up. So let's get ourselves in and hopefully we'll have a match. Yeah, Satman was when, as I said the other night, Satman was involved in the organisation of the Moscone Cup that we had in VP3. I don't know who set up the website, but we had the website, but it's long gone. And it used to be on that Internet Archive, and it's not there. I've crawled it to try and find it, and it's not there. But Satman, I think, was the captain of the European team at the time. And it was the European team because I'm sure Concentrator came in at the last minute on our team. Anyway, here we go. We've got the lag. We've got Bedhead on the right hand side. And that's just a wee bit heavy from Lard. Bedhead's going to win the lag if he can get the cue ball into the kitchen.
Well, there's a pretty big discrepancy in rating here.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know how reflective those are of skill level, but that's a pretty big difference.
Well, that probably just means that Lard's played the odd game. I don't know. I mean, he might not have played enough games at all. And is that not one of these ratings that you get given because you haven't played enough games for a tournament?
I don't know. I have to look at the stats to see if the rating has been confirmed. So this is looking pretty tasty already. So, and that's just about perfect. He's going to move.
Yeah.
Now I would run into the 7 ball here myself.
Yeah, I'd be trying to get to the rail and come in right in behind. That's perfect.
Just like that.
Well, it's perfect that it's got it out, but he's
well, he's going to have to do something here.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do something here. You can get a shot on the 2 ball. You can go behind the 9 and spin out, or you could just wham this. You got to hit it hard.
Has he got? Well, he's on the one anyway,
Yeah.
but
Fine. That's fine. One ball's fine. I mean, two ball's actually a good ball to use to get on the 8.
so 1, 6, 2, 8.
Yeah.
I mean, he could take the 2 and bump the 6 and just come up and draw. I mean, he's got either or. I think any of them would have worked.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of choices. That's the thing with these patterns is there's not any one pattern that is necessarily you have to do this one. Sometimes, there's clearly patterns that are a lot better than others, but not in that sort of situation. It didn't really matter that much.
This is the sort of start you want. You want to win the lag, you want to break, get a ball, get a shot and get on with it and win the rack, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Bedhead's delivered.
Cobra's calling this 9-2, and that looks like a dry break, and Lard's in trouble because here we go. It's going to be 2-0 potentially. This table is a little bit more congested. If you're going to take the solids, the 2 ball is going to be the issue. The stripes are probably sitting a little bit better to run out.
You think he's trying to run into this? He's trying to run forward, and
good luck with that.
No, this is dangerous.
This isn't going to work if he's going to try to break the 2 here.
Yeah.
See, I would think about taking the stripes here now because you've got the 12 where you can break the 13 off of. The problem with the stripes is that 11, 12, 13 is pretty funny. But if you wanted to run out, I think the stripes are a better choice. Because if you break that 2 ball out, you've got the 13, the 12, and the 9 all sitting there. Now, I wouldn't have done that because that wasn't the shot. The shot was to get to the 12 ball and use that to break it out because it's controlled.
That 14, Steve, is good enough because if you get the 14 and leave that angle, you don't want it to be stuck to the rail, and he's got an angle right now where he can just bump out and take that 12. In fact, he doesn't need to move. Does he need to move that 11 in the top rail? It's not the 11, it's the 13. Yes, he does, because it doesn't go.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole problem from the beginning with the stripes. But the reason why I like the stripes was because you have the 12 ball there to get to it. So here I try to hit the 2.
Oh no! Now he's got a bailout.
He's okay. That's why I try to hit the 2. It was more guaranteed of coming up with a shot, but that's okay.
You changed your name. His name was never the Hogger, was it? Good evening.
The Hogger?
Blind Hog.
The piglet has arrived. Wow.
You need to get those trotters looked at, see if you can get in here in time in future.
Well, he's got himself funny on this 13. He did not want to be the straight. You can get the cue ball out by cheating the pocket a little bit and, cutting it into the left side. You're going to have to hit it with a little speed. But I think the pocket will take it. You just need to get it out a little bit. He's going to draw back, and that's actually probably a better choice. He controlled that really well. So this is just a soft one because you don't want to get too far over on this 15. Just a soft little draw here.
No.
Just like that, and he's good.
This is dangerous. I think is he going to come back, or is he going to just go into the gap?
No, left English. I wouldn't even go in the gap. I would hit. I'm sorry, right English. I'd hit it with right English and just come back out and make sure.
Well,
that's fine too. He's stunned it across.
Yeah,
that's a good choice too. That was nice and controlled. Anything nice and controlled that you're guaranteed of getting a shot, you just don't want to take chances.
Well, very good start for Bedhead. That's him stolen Lard's break as well. 2-0.
Well, see, Bedhead, when he gets these tables, that are doable, so far he's looked really good on them.
Oh, cue ball.
Boy. Well, Lard's going to get a chance there.
Well, let's see what Lard's made of. We're about to find out. So, ball in hand in the kitchen from the scratch. I hope he knows that.
Yeah, I mean, you could shoot the 4. If you're going to take the solids, you got to shoot the 4 right now. The stripes are probably a little better. You
I'm
can't
assuming
shoot
he's
the
looking
15.
at the table. He's not looking at the right. He is. He's moving the cue ball. Well, that 15 ball's in the kitchen, so
yeah, it's going to be a foul if he shoots that.
Yeah. Well, he's about to find out the rules in a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably shoot the 4. I'd probably take the solids here. Shoot the 4 and run down between the 2 and 6, and
well,
you know, you want to get on the 1 so that you can shoot the 6 in the side, or you can use the 7 to shoot the 6 in the side.
Well, maybe he was just looking around, or he was listening to the stream. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
But the stripes are good too. I mean, they're both good. I thought the solids were a little better, but it really doesn't matter much. I mean, they're both real doable. I just thought the only real issue with the solids was the 4 ball, and then a minor issue was the 6, but it's easy to get on it, and you had all that when you had ball in hand up in the kitchen.
Well, this could end up going funny. This 12 ball could end up going along the short rail. Well,
yeah, well, and that was the biggest issue with the stripes is where that ball's going, because the 7's is blocking that 1 pocket.
Well, the problem is getting to that ball up table now. And that's
he's got worse problems than that.
That's no good.
Well, and it's going to be hard to play safe here. But that's what he needs to do. If this was me, what I would do is I'd try to skim off the 14 and figure out how to make the 7 ball with the cue ball. I don't think that is very easy to do. This is an interesting shot.
Oh, if that had missed the cue ball there and bumped to reel it back out,
that's not a bad shot.
He had him in a lot more trouble.
Well, he doesn't have anything easy here. He's going to have to back cut the 4 ball if he wants to shoot.
Yeah, it looks as if he's. Well, you can't see anything else, so I mean, he might be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of easy safety plays there. I would back cut the 4 ball. That's what I'd be doing there. I don't think you can shoot it in the side from where he is. And, you know, this kind of shot is, if you practice these shots, they're not as bad as they look. But if you don't practice these shots, they're very, very difficult.
Well, you see how much at the right pace that you can cheat these pockets.
Okay, so he's going to play safe, which is probably a good decision if you don't like that shot.
Well, that's not bad either, because he's tied up the 9. Is that the 9 that's up there, or the 13? He's tied it up with his own ball, so... And his own ball is accessible to play the combo, so he's looking good here again.
Well, he cleared out the blocker that was going to hurt him, so I mean that was a good shot, and that was going to be tough to get any kind of safe there. So here we go. He should run out here.
So
he's probably just going to roll forward and shoot the 1 or the 6 next after this. He needs to get a shot where he can move that 4 ball, does he? Or, no, the 4 ball goes. Well, he rolled forward too far. Didn't really want to be there. At this point, I'd shoot the 3 and then shoot the 4. I would try to get on the 4 right now.
Well, if you come around to go on the 4, you've got plenty of room to get that 4. I mean, he's got loads of room to get the 4.
Yeah. He's going to draw this. This is interesting. Let's see what he does here. I think he's going to turn the cue ball loose here some.
Oh, no. Well, he's going to... Can he see the 6? No, he can't.
It doesn't matter.
He's going to play the shot now. He's just going to drop this in and spin out.
So what you want to do here is kind of run low. You got to control the speed here, because you don't want to go behind the 6. I mean, ideally you'd want to run at the 6, but it's in a position where that's hard to do. So this is just a little spinner and control the speed.
Yeah, that's
Perfect,
where he
and
wants
that's
to
well
be.
done. So
Now,
you kind of got to decide what you're going to do. Unfortunately for him, the 8 ball is blocking the 2 up in the corner, so you can't just dink this. He's going to decide to play it later. And that's probably a pretty good choice because that shot on the 4 ball is a little tricky getting shape.
forward
And
with a bit of right.
sometimes that's good because you're showing patience there and saying, well, you know what, I can come back to this. I don't have to shoot this now. And I think that was a good decision.
Well,
So Bedhead's making way better decisions than he did. What was the last match we saw with Bedhead?
Oh, I can't remember. We've already had at least one 9-0 in this. In fact, was it not Did he not play Casino Jim and beat him 9-0? Who?
Yeah, he lost the Cobra, and that was a game. Okay, I remember that match now. That was a match where Cobra didn't play very good, and Bedhead just made a lot of strategy mistakes. I mean, that was a match I thought Bedhead really had a great chance to win.
Yeah, he did win 9-0 in that match. So,
yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Bedhead keeps playing like this, he's going to be a contender.
Well, he's now, what, 12 in a row where he hasn't lost a rack?
Well, I mean, he's running out every time, which is, that's a good formula for success.
Well, here we go. Lard at the table. Now, 7 ball goes. There's not a problem with the 7. It goes. That's fine.
It's like the first time I played a champion in a long, long time, when I started playing pool again. And I asked my mentor if he had any advice before the match, and he said, "Don't miss." that was his advice. Don't miss.
It's pretty good advice, Steve.
That was the last time I asked him for advice.
Right.
And yeah, I missed, and yeah, I lost the match.
Now, is he going to take the 3 and play the 4 and come out behind the 8 for the 8 in the same pocket?
A lot of this depends on how he gets on this. I would shoot the 3 here and then the 4 and go behind the 8.
Yeah, well, see,
that's what I would do. Yeah, he's going the other way.
I agree.
And that's fine. I mean, this works. I just think it's. Well, I wouldn't have done that. I would have come out for the 3. That I definitely wouldn't have done. I thought he was.
Cue ball's now going all over the shop here.
I would definitely would have gone 3-4 there. And you've got to go with a shot that gives you the best percentage chance on getting on the ball before the 8 really well.
Yeah.
And this is not it.
Anything can happen here. He could brush the 8 and have no shot on it at all. Depends what he's doing with the tip here. Yeah, well, there's his chance coming, going.
Yeah, so, that's going to be it's going to be 4-0 here.
Bedhead won't be breaking sweat, I don't think, for the rest of this match.
In this situation, I'm playing safe, and the reason why. Like the 15 ball, you got the 11, that's no good. And I wouldn't want, you can play the combo because that's safe. Okay, you can shoot the combo because this is a safe shot. You're going to snooker him on with 11 ball here, so this is safe to do.
Yeah, that'll do it. I mean, he's just trying to maneuver it there. He wasn't really worried about whether it went in or not.
Yeah, that was a right shot. You're not going to lose on that shot. Yeah. I mean, can you kick this in? Yes. Would it have been better to make the combo and run out? Yes. But, this is not any kind of guarantee.
He hasn't called the kick in, has he?
Well, this is sitting pretty good to kick it because the distance off the rail is nice. You want to go 2 rails on this, not direct to it. You want to hit 2 rails here.
The golden rule is always call the pocket when you're kicking.
Yeah, that was definitely a makeable ball. But, unless you're playing Tony Chohan, it's probably anywhere from maybe a 1 out of 6 to 1 out of 10 chance your opponent's
Oh, he
going to
did
kick
call
that
it.
in.
Yeah, that shows you how much I'm paying attention.
And then he's still got to come up with a shot on 8. So, you know, you're not going to lose making that kind of safety play too much.
Now that was the right shot, because if he'd played that 10 onto the 14, the 10 could have been in behind it, the
No,
12
you
and went
definitely want to
funny.
do that. And this is just straight right English. Just like that. See, that's the right way to play that. I see so many people in VP not play, you know, the right way off the rails. You know, you want to primarily use English off rails. And
Well,
the shot where you put a lot of English on it, and you can almost dead stop the cue ball. You'd be amazed at what you can do with the cue ball with a lot of English on it.
well, Cobra, I think you've been generous giving Laird 2 racks. I'm going for the bagel. That's what I'm going for.
So I'm playing in the team in I don't know. We were down to like I don't know. We were down pretty far in the tournament in Vegas on the 8-ball league, the team thing. And I play this shot with side English to kill the cue ball, and one of the guys on the other team jumps out of his chair and goes, "How the fuck he do that?" Because people just they don't they don't know that shot. I learned that shot watching Efren. I mean, it's unbelievable how much you can kill the cue ball with English.
So Bedhead committed to the stripes, and he's out here. He's out here every day of the week.
The other thing you got to realize about that shot is when you're hitting it easy, it's going to throw a lot. You're putting a bunch of English on, it's going to throw a lot, and what it does, it allows you to hit the ball really thick too. Now, Bedhead's out here. I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot of doubt. The 11 balls, you know, that's the unfriendly ball, the one that's extended
Well,
out.
you've got to cut that into the side. Just bring the cue ball back up into the middle of the table anywhere. You've got your
Now,
choice.
you can shoot this 15 right now if you want to, but it can get away from you. Yeah, he's going to play the 11 last, and that's okay. I mean, I think from here it's going to be hard to really screw this up. I mean,
Got to
he's
watch
got to
how he
bring
gets into the cue ball here.
he's got to bring the cue ball back a little. I'd be a little conservative there, but because you know you're not going to miss the 8. You can let the cue ball run into the 4 and 6.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's fine. It's Bedhead is playing really well. Now Bedhead needs to remember to play like this next time he plays Cobra, and you know, I mean it's a different mentality when you're playing a Cobra. And you know, Bedhead's nice and relaxed here, but if he can play like this, nice and relaxed, when he gets further on in the tournament and is playing one of the strong players, he's got a chance to win.
So rack number 5 on the board. And Lard's learning not to use the amp when you're playing on the bar table. LS3 found that out the hard way as well.
Yeah, you don't need to amplify. You know, you can do it if you're breaking head on. I'm kind of surprised not seeing some people break head on. I mean, in real life, that's a very popular break among good players is straight on. And in real life, you got a lot more chance of losing the cue ball and scratching in the side pocket.
Well, you don't need amp in VP4 if you've got a multi-DPI mouse. You just hit the button. That's all you do.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get any more speed with amp if you've got a mouse that's, you know, got a decent mouse. You're not going to get, you'd have to have your sensitivity way down to not be able to hit it full blast.
Well,
I suppose for some people, the way they set their mouse, they might have to use it.
This is going to take a wee bit longer to resolve itself, this rack.
Yeah, you really don't want stripes here. You want solid, so he's got to shoot the 3 ball. And this is the kind of rack where, you know, this is a strategy rack. You can take a whack at trying to get out here if you can get in the right spot, but
well,
see, I would have played down table that time, and he's gonna.
I'd be just rolling
This
down onto
this
the one
no
ball.
this is no good to shoot this and try to break this. He's just gonna tie up his 6 ball if that's what he's doing. This is not, you know, this is not where you want to try to run out. I wouldn't be shooting the 1 ball. Well, I'll tell you what, that came out as good as it could have. That was actually pretty damn good. I would have never thought that he could get all those balls out of there.
And
That's
the 7 ball is accessible.
That was pretty good. That was amazing.
The only problem is the 8 ball's going nowhere.
Well, I mean, at least he's got a chance now.
No, you can't get enough of that 7 to even spin the cue ball into the 8.
Yeah, it's tough here because even if he does break it out now, I don't know what he's going to do with the 7. But I will say there's a pretty good play here where you just sort of snuggle up behind that 8 and lock it there. There's a pretty good safety play. Because then it's like if you've locked that cue ball between the 8 and the rail, what's the guy going to do? Unless you hit it bad and leave a shot on the 10, now your opponent's going to have to kick at balls. And it's probably going to be hard to get it where he can't kick at the 9 or the 12.
Well,
and
he's got an angle, and he's got to put the left English on this. And if he gets some of the 12 ball, he might have a chance.
No, you don't need any left
English.
English.
Think you need much on it?
No, it's going to go left. It's going to go left quite a bit off that 12 ball. Anyways, he's playing a safety. Going to roll it in front of the pocket, but not get it there. So the thought was good, but the execution was not, because he didn't get it in front of the pocket.
And Bedhead can just dink the 12 onto the 14 and pot it.
Yeah, he's just gonna.
Yeah, he's just gonna bide his time. That's all. That's all he needs to do. He just needs to wait to Lab makes the wrong move.
I think this bank will go if he wants to shoot it. There's no bank on the 8. Well, that was well done. That was, now that shot was way harder than the one that he didn't get in front of the pocket, and he hit it really good.
Bedhead's obviously got something else to think about now, considering where the 7 balls finished.
Well,
obviously that blocks the 11.
The way he wants to do this, he wants to make the 14, he wants to get on the 9, and then use the 9 to break the 10 out, because you're almost guaranteed a shot with 11 and 12 there. But he needed to shoot the 9 in the corner pocket. This is no good. You can get on the 12 and do the same thing with one less ball there. So you just want to leave yourself angle on the 12, and yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. You didn't.
He's thinking ahead, because he's now got that ball into the position where he can pot it when he gets up table and break it out.
But that could have easily rolled up right on top of it. I mean,
we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that wasn't really the best way to play it, but it's going to work out. So, you know, what you got to watch out for is making the 8 in the side pocket, because you can't hit this easy. You really got to watch the 8 in the side pocket and hit it like a medium speed. That's good like that.
Yeah. It's going to be 6-0.
Bedhead's going to win another one.
He's not losing it unless he dumps an 8 ball over a pocket. He's not going to lose a rack. Although,
how about this?
What the hell? Commentators curse if I've ever seen it. What the hell happened there?
You've got the power. You've got the power, Hugh. That was what happened.
Commentators curse. The old voodoo's worked again, and lads got his gift. This might be his only consolation all night. Oh dear, hang on a minute. Oh dear, unbelievable what players do. I mean, what do? You make sure that you spin left so that you don't get anywhere near the 10. Oh God.
There was plenty of room. I mean, he just way overhit that.
Well, I think the voodoo's worked both ways there.
Well, you got to try to kick this in. If it was me, I'd play it in the corner by the 13 ball, hit a two railer. But he could shoot the one railer if he wants. I like the two railer. It's either one of the corners up table is what he needs to call.
Well, Bedhead's just giving himself a wake-up call doing that.
Yeah, well,
that was like a Larry Trackball mouse shot there, if I've ever seen one.
Everybody is entitled to one dumb move a match.
Are intentional fouls allowed in this?
Are intentional fouls allowed? Don't fully know the rules.
Well, the thing is regardless
you
of
can foul all you want.
Well, you know,
but he probably doesn't know what an intentional foul is. Like, he may think making your opponent's ball is an intentional foul, and it's not in this game. You know, that's the thing. It's if you got to know the rules. In some 8-ball games, making your opponent's ball is a foul. Like in the pub games, I think most of them it is.
Well, 8-ball not hit first, right?
Yeah, so he was
in hand and it's over.
He was trying to roll up on it, and that was going to be near impossible.
I mean, he was in no position that he was going to win this rack, you know, unless he did what you said and tried to kick it in. He'd have been better off having a blast at it.
In that situation, you always try to kick it in. Not a blast, because you got to call the pocket, but he had a couple pockets that he could have chosen to kick it in, and it's a low percentage, yeah, but you got a chance to win.
It's last chance saloon. So Bedhead's got his dumb shot of the night award.
Yeah, well, we'll kind of chalk that up to a piece of belly button lint or something on his mouse pad.
Dumbest move of the night was Semipro bottling it and running.
Well, he's just, he's just got to learn to deal with not playing well and understand how to prepare for a match.
Well, if you take the 10 and bump that 5, you open up the pocket for the 14 and the 12. That would be the reason you would take this ball.
Yeah, well, if he wants to, he can shoot the 13 and run into the 5 right here. He's going to go with your suggestion, which I'm not sure the 14's going to...
He's getting into the cue ball an awful lot. Well, he's actually not getting into it enough now. I thought he was going to hit that a lot harder, so now he's almost dead in the water, I think.
I probably would have tried running into the 5 ball with the cue ball there, but with the off 13, but he's okay.
Oh no, he's hit the point.
Well, he was okay until he missed the ball.
Well, he's created a problem for Bedhead straight away. 14's locked up the 4.
Yeah, but
it's easy to break that. He's
got balls up there.
Yeah.
Where you want to break that from is the center of the table. Trying to get the angle here to break it, this is tough for 2 reasons. One is you got to get perfect on the 6 or you don't have it, and the other is you have to run into that hard because you're coming straight into it. Now he doesn't have the angle to run straight into it. He should have played for the center of the table so he could cut the 6 into the pocket he just shot the ball in and gone 2 rails into the 4-14.
Well, Stubbs never quit mid-match. Stubb always quits before the guy pots the last ball in the final rack. That was his habit. He wouldn't let the guy finish the match.
So that was the first really bad strategy mistake Bedhead just made. That wasn't the way to get on the 6 to break the 14. Now he's got the chance here. Shoot the 5 and come right up and bump the 12, and you're sitting perfect on that 6 to go 2 rails into the 4 ball. Mm-hmm. That's the way you want to break that thing, because now you're coming into it at an angle, and it's also easier to get speed. And all you need is a shot on that 6. There's no funny angle dependencies there.
He's calling a safety here, and he's trying to stun behind the 8 here.
Yeah, well, I mean, being patient's never a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Although he didn't do himself any favors
He's now
putting his
multi two
balls
balls up.
together. But you know, the thing is that I wouldn't have done that there. I would have gotten a spot where I could try the breakout, and the reason why is that he's just going to come back to the table with the same situation. I mean, his issue's the four. He had a pretty good chance to get on it. He's going to come back to the table with the same situation. Um, well, maybe Lard will do something now. Um, if you're confident this is the perfect time to hit this 11 or what is it, 13 ball, hit this 13 ball with speed and top and just loop it right around the 9 and into the 14. That's an easy shot. The ball's going to loop. Just hit that with speed. Now he's going to use this ball, which is also okay. I like the other way better because you're kind of more guaranteed of coming up with a shot.
Well,
But
he's given himself a chance. The only problem that's the big problem for him is being able to control that cue ball to get the short side of that 8 ball.
yeah, it's
That
a
might be
little
beyond
tricky.
him. Well,
Well,
potting
making a
15's
15 might
beyond
be
him, I'm
on a.
afraid.
But you know, and if you have that situation, one of the things that you can look for is getting a line where you can run into the 3 ball. Because if you run into that 3 ball, you're going to come up with a shot on the 8 most likely. So he's going to go around the back here. This is one you know you just got to control the angle off the rails. You got to juice this a little.
Well, do you not deal with those 2 balls behind the 8 ball sooner rather than later? You get onto that
Yeah,
3 and then drop short
but
side.
you've got the 6 is also an issue.
Yeah.
So
Well, you can do 6 and then deal with the 3 and
yeah,
then get in behind the two balls up there.
yeah. Now the only problem with he may wait on he may do it right now. The only problem with the 5-7 is only the 5 goes, and you've got to get on it in a way you can come up with a shot on the 7.
Oh.
But running the cue ball towards the 8 is better for that. Yeah, that's what I would have done. Now this I would just roll. You want to be straight in or a little below this 5 ball so that when you make the 5, well, actually, does the 5 go? Boy, it's tight. I may be wrong. That 5 ball may not go.
It doesn't go now, and you're right enough. It didn't go, Steve.
Uh-oh.
It didn't
Well,
go.
he almost made the 8 ball there.
Well, this is Lard's best opportunity about to happen here.
Yeah. Well, he could potentially get safe here. This safety is going to be tricky
Yeah,
though.
that five didn't go. It looked as if, I mean, I only ever looked at it from this end of the table, but I just assumed there was a gap, but there wasn't.
I think I think you can make the 5 ball, but it was tight where you were probably going to hit the long rail, which means you couldn't hit it with much speed. It was very difficult, very tight.
Well, Lard's at the
That
table.
wasn't a bad shot. I mean, he didn't get safe, but that wasn't a bad shot because he's got his ball separated, and it was going to be very difficult to get safe there.
Well, he can see the 15. I always worry when a player starts jacking up like this, especially when they're like 6-0 down.
Yeah, he's fine. 9, 13, 15, 8. I mean,
Well, he
this is,
looks as if he's going to get a rack.
yeah. I mean, Bedhead didn't really do a whole lot wrong there. It was just kind of a tough situation, and you start splitting hairs as far as how you play the rack. I thought he did a pretty good job. He just, the breakout wasn't hit right. You just couldn't afford to run into that ball solid. But that kind of stuff's going to happen playing this game, where you do a lot of things right and still don't get out.
Well, that was 15 in a row for Bedhead.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Tell a lie. It was 11. It was 17 in a row for Bedhead.
Well, he beat me. I've won my last 16 in a row in league, so he's got one up on me.
So Lard's break and rack number 8 has again come up dry. Now look, this end of the table, we've got 3 solids at the bottom end, 2 stripes. We've got a 7 ball that looks very tight next to the 9. Let's have a look at that.
Oh, that
No, the
goes.
7 goes. 7's fine.
Yeah. I think you've got to take the solids. It's just, you're going to have some work to do up table here. I mean, the 5's trouble, the 4's trouble. Uh-oh. No.
He didn't want to do that.
That really didn't
Does
do
the
any
7
good.
go the other side? I don't think it does. No.
The 4 ball does. I mean, I think he can shoot the 4 ball now and make the 3 with the 15. I'm not sure where he's going with the cue ball. It might be time to play safe. I don't know.
No, this is a winner's side match, Cobra. It was a race to 11 on the winner's side, so it was 11 and 6. It's not.
So.
No, wait a minute. Have I got it wrong?
No, it was 9. It was a loser side match.
It was a loser side. I stand corrected. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm wrong.
So I do have him because I'm at 16, so I'm 1 up on him. Now, I might just move the 4 ball in front of the pocket there, not try to make it and just kind of slide it over in front of the pocket. And I think that's what he's going to do. Although he's looking like he's hitting it pretty straight into the rail. I'd cut it some and get it pretty close in front of the pocket, put some English on it, Maybe he doesn't want to move the 15 on top of his 3. That's the only problem with the shot I'm talking about.
I don't think he can get that over the pocket. I think that at best it's going to go near that first diamond.
I mean, he can bank the 5 into the 3, but it doesn't do him a lot of good with that 4 and 7 tied up like that. Yeah, so he's just going to... That's not a bad play. I mean, he's basically saying let Lard try to run out from here. Now, if the 9 will go and clear the 3 out,
it's tight.
He might be able to get
a bit of it. He can probably get control of the pocket with the 9.
Yeah, he might be able to just roll it and kind of bump the 3 out. I'm not sure you can get it where the 3 won't go, but...
Well,
if you don't have a way to run out here, this is the time to play the 9 into the 3.
Because, the other thing, of course, is that the 15 ball's there, and if that pocket eventually gets open, you need something that's going to get you into the 8.
You just want to roll this soft, and he looks like he's going to hit it hard. You don't. It's not going in for sure if you hit it hard. You just want to roll this soft, not pump the 3. See, that's the wrong way to play that.
I had to be gentle to give it every chance to sort of, maneuver it not quite control the pocket, but at least give him another shot at.
He got really lucky though. Look how lucky he got. He got the 9 ball right in front of the pocket. So, I mean, it wasn't the right play, but he got pretty lucky.
Well, let's have a look at this. What's wrong with getting on that 3 ball? This is ambitious. Stunning it in and sending the cue ball right along the rail into that 9. Not from there, obviously.
You're talking about the 4 ball. I was looking at the bank on the 4 ball, but I'm not sure he had enough of it to do it. That's not a bad play. I mean, he's trying to encourage him to shoot at balls, and at this point, if you're Lard, you probably don't want to shoot at balls, but you need to find a play where you make your table position better, like shove the 13 ball over in front of the pocket so the 6 doesn't go there. That's probably what I'd do. At this point, I'd be playing table strategy. Yeah, I wouldn't have made that ball. That's, because what did it get him?
Well, I suppose
if you're gonna
run the 15 in and follow the 3 in, and he's got a chance of winning the rack.
If you're going to try to run out, you bank the 15 right now. You're in a good position to bank the 15. That's what you would do. I mean, you can get out here banking the 15, but it's a tough out because of where the 8 ball is. It's now if you hit the 15 hard enough, you might catch a piece of the 7 and move it, but Cobra's
right as well. Cut the 15 and push that 3 ball in.
Yeah,
And
I mean that's just a moving thing. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I mean that's a positive play at this point.
Good evening to Tommy.
And I think that's probably the best play he's got at this point. Making this 12 ball is a huge mistake. He
He's
not
backed
want to
himself
do
into
this.
a corner again. He's getting to the
Yeah.
point where he's running out of balls and it's awkward to get out.
At this point, he should shoot the 15 into the 3, and he's not going to do it.
Well, he might. I think this 15's got
you should have done it last shot. Now that you're here, it's like make the 9 and he's straight in on it. He's going to try to follow it in. Now you got to hit this 3 ball dead on. That's a mistake people make on this shot. You want to draw this ball so the 15 has top spin, and you want to hit that 3 ball just dead square.
He's not centering the bottom of the cue ball there.
He didn't hit a dead square. See how it squirted to the right?
Yeah, he's still got a shot though.
Yeah, I mean he's still in the driver's seat here.
Well, he's got the 2 pockets guarded, so Bedhead now. Of course, as long as the 8 ball's slightly awkward there, Bedhead's still got time. Oh, I forgot about the 14 ball as well. The 14 ball sitting there.
I might try to put him on the 2 ball here. That's one thing you could do, is take a thin piece of the 6 and try to pin him on the back of the 2. I wouldn't be shooting balls unless you've got a plan of running out. This is
Bedhead's
not
going to end up in the
productive.
same position here, isn't he? If he pots a 6,
I wouldn't have shot that ball. I would have played safe off of the 6 ball and tried to get it on the 2 and tried to get ball in hand or make him kick at those balls and get him out of the way.
I think he's playing the billiard onto the 15 here. And using the 7 as cover.
Yeah, that's not a bad shot. Yeah, I like that shot.
I don't think he's got it though.
He's got it. Shot there. Yeah. The shot there is a masse. He's going to masse this ball. That's the way to play it, anyways. You don't want to try to kick this off the rail because I don't think you can make it.
No, the 7 ball's partially in the line.
Yeah, I mean, if you hit it with draw and right English, you might be able to make it. But yeah, this is not going to work. I don't think. There's not much room here for this. You made it.
The only problem.
You didn't hit it hard enough.
He's no great on this 14 ball.
Well, one thing for sure is you're going to move some balls here. You're going to move the 8 ball, so maybe you'll come up with a shot on it. Maybe you'll put it in the pocket.
This has got to be wafer thin, and I think he's got to slam this to get it to move.
He's got to hit this firm. The 8 ball might bank in the same pocket. That's the problem right here. Is there's a chance you're going to bank the 8 ball in the same pocket he's shooting a 14. But this cut is very doable. I mean, you got to hit it with some speed, but you don't have to slam it. It's not that big a cut, but you do have to hit it,
well,
firmly.
Cobra shots the 14 onto the 4 to billiard it into the corner pocket. You need to hit half of that 4 ball to, I think, try that.
Yeah. I would have probably just cut it in. I mean, I would have taken the chance because I'm pretty sure I'm making that ball.
Well,
the billiard was doable, but it was, in my opinion, that was harder than the cut.
No prizes for guessing what's happening here.
Yeah. Well, when you get in this situation, you're going to have to kick a ball in to win unless your opponent does something.
Oh, you talking about the other side? Was you talking about the other corner?
Yeah, he was talking about the other corner. It was a little easier in the other corner than the one he tried to do it in. I shoot caroms pretty good because, from playing one pocket. If you play one pocket or straight pull, you shoot a lot of those shots. And 8 ball, they come up too.
Well, he's called top left. I seen it this time. Now he's hoping to get a roll. So that's the ultimate disaster.
Yeah. Now, if this is me, yeah, this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm dealing with these 3 balls right now. I'll leave the 6 ball to last because I know I can bring the cue ball back up table.
Yeah, I mean, even where the 6 ball is, you've still got to get half decent on the 8 ball from anywhere on the table.
Yeah. I'd shoot the 7 now. See, I don't like, because you get funny on the ball and all of a sudden, shooting a 5's okay here.
I've just read what Cobra said there. So 7 racks until 1 pocket was mentioned.
Hey, that wasn't bad. Well, I didn't mention the other one too. You got to count those.
Now, is he going to
Just missed the 8
gentle?
ball. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have missed it, but that's okay. And this is just a roller. You know, Bedhead does a lot right, and you know, his cue ball movement maybe isn't quite as precise as some guys, but it's pretty good. I mean, Bedhead plays good patterns. He's playing a lot smarter and a lot better than he did against Cobra.
So
he's not making a lot of mistakes.
Bedhead 2 away, 7-1 up. Bedhead's break and nothing doing. And the 8 ball
we're seeing
just
a lot of dry
dead.
breaking. A lot of dry breaking. Well, they're both pretty good. Which ones would I take? Well, they're both pretty bad, actually. I'd probably take the solids just because there's a lot of solids down by the 8.
That's one thing I wouldn't be doing is playing the 5 ball.
Well, you could play safe off of it if you didn't want to pick the balls. I would pick balls right now. I'd probably shoot the 4 ball up table because yeah. So,
well, we've got the issue up top left with the pink. Is that the pink 12? That's blocked by the 2.
Well, you can deal with this right now by shooting 6-3 and into the 5-8. Now you got to be a little bit careful on this 5-8
you don't want to send this 8 ball in, but I mean, if he gets it, if he goes to the rail first and hits the ball this side, he's going to bump the 8 into the long rail.
Yeah, well, rail first is the dangerous way. It could go on the pocket rail first. You want to hit it on top. And, you know, that was no good hitting the 13 ball. So he's funny here. If this was me, I would bank the 5 ball. Nah, I don't know if you can bank that 5 ball. I don't think there's enough room to bank the 5. If he's a little bit different position, you could bank the 5 because you got a huge pocket with a 7 there. So if you realize that and you say, okay, well, I know I can bank the 5, then the question is, how do I get on it?
Well, if you hit that 7 ball, half ball with the 5, it's bound to go in right side of the 7.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge pocket. I mean, once you get to the point where you bank pretty good, these bar tables, he's going to try to bank this, and this is, I don't know if this will go. Oh, he's just going to play safe. Well, the problem with that is he just moved it over where the bank doesn't. Well, the bank doesn't go now unless you get the 4 ball out of there. But if I was Bedhead, I'd be thinking, well, I can make this 4 ball later, just stop the ball and then bank the 5, because that's an easy bank. I mean, that's a for a guy like Bedhead, that's probably almost guaranteed he's making that.
Look who's arrived in the building. You weren't quick enough. Here's a suggestion, and this is one way to stop him coming into rooms and typing bullshit. Fine him. Every time he comes into the room, fine him. There you go. That's what I'd do. That soon sorts out the typing crap coming into the room in the middle of a match. If he learn not to quit before the match is over by getting fines, then he'll learn not to take crap. So Lard on the stripes, Bedhead on the solids.
Yeah,
Bedhead's
well,
made the 8-ball less accessible.
This is where you win right now. You shoot the 1, or no, you shoot the 4, you roll the 4 ball, and then bank the 5. And if you don't think you can get on the 5 rolling it, then you shoot the 1 and then roll and stop shot on the 4 and bank the 5.
Now you're saying roll the 4. If this was me, I'd be hitting the 4 a bit further so I could take a chunk of that 8-ball and bump the 5 out the way.
You could do that too. Yeah, you could do that too. I mean, that play is actually probably better because it leaves more balls, leaves the 1 ball there for the 2. I mean, you certainly could do that. I think that's what he's going to try to do here is run into the 8.
Yeah. Now the 8-ball needs to stay in the clear, and I think
he's okay.
7-ball's still fine. And
so he just has to deal with the 2 now, and you know, there's a lot of blockage. He's got every single pocket is blocked with a 2 ball, except the one side pocket that's such a thin cut. So he's gonna have to move the 12.
Well, if this is me, Steve, I'm playing the 5, getting up the table, and if I don't get onto that 4 ball to open it up, I'm taking the 7, and he's got right on the spot. Oh, that's not the 4 ball. I take it all back. It's a bloody 12.
Yeah. So this is a little tough though because he's going to have to move this pretty hard because he can't shoot up in the corner because of 13.
I need to stop lying back in my chair because that looked like the 4 ball to me.
That was no good. That's only good if that's only a good shot if the 13 ball isn't there. He needed to hit that firm and get the 2 ball out in the middle of the table. Now he's in trouble. He's going to have to bank the 2, and the problem is it's difficult to get on the 8.
Now, if he gets any sort of decent angle in the 2 low, like here, if he bumps the 10 like that, he's perfect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. He's good.
Yeah. He just needs a little dink, and he needs to just watch he doesn't let this cue ball leak away too far up table.
I don't know why, but I was thinking the pocket was blocked by the 12, but he shoved it over. No, that was good, and that's perfect.
And that's what he needed to do because he certainly didn't want to run into the pocket, so all's good.
No, and that was a good out. That was good thinking. He played it well. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing watching the difference in Bedhead this match versus when he played Cobra.
Well, he's 1 away. Balls in the break. Oh, now we've got, what's that? Is that a solid behind 2 stripes? Yes, it is. Yep. And the solid isn't going into the hole.
Well, he can deal with it right now if he wants, but you know he's going to move balls. Anything could happen, but he can shoot the 7 ball and deal with it right now if he wants to. He'll get a lot of speed going into those balls. They will definitely move. I don't like the stripes at all. You got to take the solids, but I would not do this. You just have to just absolutely blast this to get it loose. Yeah, so I don't like that shot. I would have shot the 7 there, and because it's going to take a lot of speed to get those balls good. I mean, if you could hit the right side of the 12.
See, sometimes I think, you know, I don't know, but sometimes, see, a player like Lard, I think he's thinking the fact that he's obviously on the solids. I think the fact that he's left the 2 there, he's thinking that's his backup plan. The fact that he's blocking those two balls, but
yeah,
it's a huge target to hit, though. That's the thing.
That's a losing strategy, though, because if you're playing somebody that you know isn't that good a player, it's a good strategy. Or if you're playing in a league where you're getting a point for every ball you make, that's not a bad strategy. But if you're playing for the win, especially against a good player, that's just not a good strategy.
See, this where Bedhead is now, I mean, I think he can just bump these two balls out of the way, come back to the rail, and not leave anything easy here for Lard. I think this is going to backfire on Lard. Yep.
Yeah.
He's left him nothing easy, and he's in trouble. Because the three ball's not going at the side.
Yeah, the 3 ball goes in the corner. It's not an easy shot.
He ain't getting that. He's in trouble. Bedhead's, buried him here, and now he's just looked at the trap that he's walked himself right into playing that shot.
I don't think Lard plays good enough to get out here, but some guys will get out for the situation.
Well, if he does, I'll send him $50 V.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make, more than one really strong shot to get out from where that was.
Now, admittedly, there's still work to do for Bedhead with is that the 11 ball that's up there? And he can bank that right now if he wants.
Well, Cobra, that probably was the best play he had, was just rolling behind the two. I mean, this table's a mess now. And that's the problem with what Bedhead did is this table's a mess.
Now, the 3 ball, does that go? No, it doesn't. 3 ball doesn't go.
Yeah. If I'm Lard here, I'm just hitting the 3 ball up off the point and try to hang it in the pocket. The 3 ball probably does go, but
looks very tight.
I would be trying to not make it. I'd be trying to just hit it off the point and put it right in front of the pocket so the 9 and 13 both don't go. If you shoot this, there's a chance it's going to go. So if you're in a situation, you have to decide whether you want to call a safety. So if it goes, you're not still at the table.
I'd be just trying to roll this into the jaw.
You want to accept the shot if it goes. Yeah, well, you got to roll into the titty. What he's got is he's got to roll that 3 ball into the titty and have it just pop right back out in front of the pocket.
See, if he sends that ball that way, he's going to catch the point.
The thing is, Bedhead's got a situation where he could run out, so you've got to protect the pocket. You've got to put the 3 ball in front of the pocket because
he's called a safety and he's potting the 2. So
that's a terrible decision.
Is he trying to get behind the 13?
That's a terrible decision. No, this is a terrible decision. You don't want to take this ball off the table. This is the worst thing he can do is make this 2 ball.
Well, has he looked at this 3 ball and convinced himself it goes in? Because, I mean, he's not getting on the 5.
Yeah, but he should have left that and just rolled this 3 in front of the pocket.
What am I talking about? He's on stripes, isn't he? It's Bedhead
it's Bedhead at the table. I thought it was Lard.
I've got
I was talking like it was Lard at the table. You've confused me too, or I've confused you. I'm not sure which one.
I don't know what's happened here, but I must have missed a shot. Did I not call that? I'm confused.
Oh, he called a safety. That was the problem.
Yeah.
He called safety. So now he's in trouble. That's what happened. It was Lard at the table, and he called a safety, and I think he changed his mind and didn't turn to safety, and then he pocketed the 2, which was the worst thing he could have done.
I just told him so that takes away his confusion.
And the thing is, that was totally the wrong shot. He should have made a play on the 3, and the reason why is Bedhead has a table he can run out. I mean...
Oh, I changed my mind on the safety, so called the 2 instead, thought it would cancel. Right, see, that's the mistake he's made. You have to hit Control S again, do you know, or Control whatever it is, that funny...
Actually, if you want to call the ball, does it turn the safety off? Maybe it should. I don't know. Maybe it should.
It didn't. That's why he said that in the chat after I told him.
But, I mean, you can always check. It says safety up in the corner.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you have to hit the Control and the funny square bracket symbol again. I think that's what you have to do.
This table, even though it looks ugly, is very runnable for the stripes. Because you've got the 9 ball there that you can move the 6 into the 12 and 5. So that's why I was saying he needed to protect the pocket because, and that was the best thing he could do. That was a good foul. It was lucky, but it was a good foul. And the reason why is because now he doesn't have the breakout ball. So if you're Bedhead here, I might just play safe again. I might roll the 15 ball right at the 12 and try to move the 12 and get the 15 out of there too and just peg him on the 14. You gotta be a little bit careful here that you don't make the 8 if you're hitting this with any speed, because you can come off the 12 into the 6 and the 8 can go in the pocket. You gotta look at those things. If you just sort of figure I'm gonna blast it, you could be losing. He's gonna take a piece of the 6, I think, which should work out well, just a little piece. Well, he didn't hit it hard enough. That's no good.
No, that's made everything worse.
Yeah. No, if he took a piece of the 6 like he did, see how the 6 was coming out of the angle? You weren't going to make the 8. He needed to hit that harder so he could clear those balls. Because well, that was the wrong ball to kick it. If you're going to kick it to 5, he should have soft kicked because he didn't want to move that out of the way. He's just helping Bedhead by doing that.
Let's make a note of that, what Cobra's just said, because he could pay the price for that later on in the tournament. He's just said, I never call safety.
Well, there are times when it comes up where it's handy. I mean, there are times when it is handy.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing a shot where you're trying to like hang a ball in front of the pocket,
and it might
but you're putting a cue ball in position where you're not going to have crap, that's when you want to do a call safety, just in case it goes in, because you don't want that shot, you know. So that's when you use it is just in case the ball goes in, you don't want it to.
Well, Lard's going all out here. He's called the bank, but is he trying to draw the cue ball to the 6?
Well,
he's got the bank. We'll give him that.
Now's where he banked the 6. He can't bank the 6. He could bank the 6 in the side. I think if I was Lard, can he bank it in the corner? Actually, I think he can bank it in the corner. I would be banking the 6 right now. Bank the 6 in the corner and play for shape on the 5 ball on the side. I mean, he can win from here. Making this 5 is no good. You got to shoot the 6 here. I don't care how hard it is. That's the right shot.
Spud says controlling. It's that controlling funny square thing, isn't it?
That's the for the safety.
It's not the normal bracket. It's the square bracket. It's the one that's next to your enter button. I'm sure it is something like that.
Well, that was the wrong move, because now the 5 ball was further from the 6, which you don't want because you could use the 5 to break out. He should have shot the 6 there. All Lard is doing is guaranteeing he's going to lose this game by doing that, because he's really not going to come up with a whole lot here.
Well, he's prolonging the agony. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, he should have banked the 6 there.
I mean,
he had a shot.
Bedhead should be doing here is just manoeuvring balls into optimum positions.
Lard had a shot. Lard had a shot to win the game. He banks that 6 in and gets on the 5. He wins. And you know, when you're in this situation where you got 2 balls and the other guy's got 7 balls, you need to take your shot at winning, because you're probably not going to win the game. If you get a chance to win, you got to take it.
It's a last chance saloon shot. You got to go for it. Well, he's at least got the 5 ball into a position where if he gets a sniff on it, he might have a chance to bump this 8. But
well, he's in a situation. He's got a situation here where if he can get on this 9 ball, he can definitely get the 6 out of the way and the 12 clear, because that 9 ball does cut in. You hit that with a lot of English, you can get into the 6 ball and get that out of there.
And
that's what he's
commit himself here.
Well, he didn't get out far enough. He doesn't have a shot. That's no good.
Nope. He's just going to bump it and send it out into the table. And is he trying to spin it?
Oh, he's just trying to put it in front of the pocket, which is a good shot. I think the breakout was actually easier where the 9 ball was away from the pocket than it is into there.
Well, the thing is
but it's still doable.
Lard can't see the 5. And the fatal mistake here is bumping that 6 and bringing it into the table. If he does that...
Oh, you just want to hit this real easy and thin it and leave it there. But I mean, Lard's playing Lard's only chance.
That's a fatal
Yeah,
move.
and that's no good.
Hasta la vista.
He's going to go 9, 12. That's the thing to do here. Shoot the 9 and get on the 12. If you fail to get on the 12, you just roll up on the 13.
He's
I mean,
just
it's a
put the
simple
noose over his
situation.
own neck there.
Shoot the 9. What's he doing? Oh, see, he should
know.
have played for the 12 right there.
I don't know what that was, Steve. I haven't a
No,
clue.
he should have played for the 12 right there. And if you don't quite get there, let's say you're hooked by the 8, then you just roll up on the 13 ball.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he's going 13-12. He's just going to stun the 13 in, kill the cue ball, bump the 12 along the rail, and hold for the 8. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, and that's not a bad plan where the 13 is. I mean, I'll give him that. But it's not a bad plan. He can just make the 14, roll the 13, and he's there.
Yeah,
I don't like leaving stuff just because if anything happens and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I can't get there. But it was a good plan. I mean, he's confident he can move the cue ball and stuff. It's a good plan.
The 8 ball's frozen to the rail, but it's going to cheat the pocket every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to miss the 8 ball. But he might hit the 12 too easy. Oh my God.
Well, it's gone in. So
now this shot you always want to hit with a little bit of outside English, and he's hitting it with plenty. There's no way you're gonna miss it like that.
Well, at least Lard got his rack on the board. So 9-1 win for Bedhead. We'll have a look at the bracket.
Well, I gotta say, Hugh and guys, that was an impressive performance by Bedhead. That was like night and day with the match with Cobra. I don't, I don't know what's happened since then, but he's got his head out of his butt and he's playing good.
He wasn't under a lot of pressure, settled into the match.
I don't know if it's pressure, maybe he just kind of refocused on things. Who knows why.
So Bedhead is through. He's going to have a wait for his next match, I know that.
I mean, the thing was Bedhead was kicking himself in the butt after losing to Cobra because Cobra didn't play well, and that was his chance to, that was a really good chance to win that match, and he didn't.
Right, Bedhead.
Yeah.
And we'll have a look at his stats.
Yeah, stats ought to look very good.
Now, where's Lard on this?
I'm going to have to, after this gets done, I'm going to go through and work on the 8 ball stats because we should have more good stuff that we don't.
What have we got? 10 games. Break stats. Bedhead 5 breaks, 2 runouts from the break, 1 break full. Both of them 0.8 for balls in the break. Racks run 3. 100% for 8 ball shot. Lard missed 1. Where's the one that did it not tell you Racks high run, or I just missed it? Did it not do that in this? No, it doesn't. I thought it would have Racks high run. Is that in the main stats? Or maybe I've just imagined it.
Maybe it's in the common stats. Probably not.
No. Let me come out of that and go to the...
Yeah, like I said, I need to do some more work on this 8 ball stats because I can put more stuff in.
Let's have a look. Break stats. I'm sure I would... Oh no, that was Friday night, 9 ball Racks high run. That was last night. Right, anyway. Right, we need to just have a quick reminder before we go. We have the match between Bankster and Coldest Pillow starting at 7 PM tomorrow night. We've got Linus and Sergresh. Now that's a winner's match, the first match, so I'll be here for that one. And then Linus and Sergresh get underway an hour later. So we'll watch Bankster and Coldest Pillow. We'll move into Linus and Sergresh if it's still on. And then we'll move to Cobra and Stubb at 9 o'clock. That's 4 PM Eastern. And that's all the matches that are on the schedule for tomorrow. Then the last one is on Monday night at 2:30 Eastern, 7:30 British summertime. We've got Albie and Tommy going at it, so we've got some good matches to look forward to, and that will be it for the night, folks. unless Steve's got anything else to say.
I do not. I mean, I enjoyed watching Bedhead play. I mean, it wasn't a very close match, but I always enjoy watching good play, and that was very good play. I mean, that makes me think Bedhead can win this
Well,
this thing.
he's going to have to do it the hard way because he's going to bump into heavy traffic later on in the one-loss side if he stays there. Or, well, if he hangs in there anyway, but...
yeah, well, I mean, right now, I mean...
It's just beginning to warm up. It's not simmering yet, it's beginning to warm up, but it's getting there.
Yeah, we've seen a few guys. I mean, Bankster maybe has a chance. Although I haven't seen him play as good as Bedhead has at that match.
Yeah.
Cobra has a chance. Larry, I think, has a chance. I mean, he's going to have to play well, but I think he thinks well.
Well, I think the basis
obviously,
is...
Albinario.
I mean, if you're a decent player and you generally know what you're doing most of the time, then the bar table is going to really favour you anyway. You know, you can pop balls. The thing with the other guys that are trying to hang in there is the ability, the skill to find your way out and deal with those problems, and that's where they're going to eventually lose out. The other guys, it's going to be the same crew that's going to get to the business end as usual. It always is. It'll be a big surprise if somebody comes out of the sort of woods here and some unsuspected character that we don't know yet is going to go deep into the tournament and maybe cause an upset. Well, it might be Stubb. You never know.
The thing is Bedhead has not won a world championship. But I certainly think he can win this. Oh, I take it back. He did win one. And it was an 8-ball world rules. Yeah. It was 8-ball. Yeah, he has one.
He's not the current champion, though, is he? Did Cobra not say that earlier on, or somebody say that? Is he the current champion, or he was a champion? I can't remember.
He is, let's see.
Where are we?
Let's see here. 8-ball. Yeah, he is. He's the current 8-ball champion, although he's not the current bar table 8-ball champion.
Oh, that's bugged.
That would be semi-pro.
It's still bugged. Look at the stream.
Yeah, I know that. I haven't been able to fix that. If you refresh and stuff or come back to it, it probably won't do that. It only does it sometimes. The last 8-ball bar table world championship was in 2018, and Semipro won it.
Yeah, that's
now
right.
we've played 8-ball twice since then, but it was not. Mr. Scrokum won one and Bedhead won one, but I believe those were on bigger tables. Let me see.
Yeah, I think they all were.
Well, the last one was actually on a 10-footer. The one Bedhead won, that was actually on a 10-footer.
When did we do that? I don't recall that one.
Yeah, that was in 2021, November. 8-ball world rules on a 10-footer, and Bedhead won that. And then Mr. Scrokum won the one before that, and that was on, that was a bar table. Okay, so the last bar table one we played, Mr. Scrokum won. It didn't say bar table in the name.
He's not in the tournament this year, is he?
No. So I think Bedhead's got an excellent chance of winning this because, he played the right strategy. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. He's going to have to play like that when he plays Albin or Cobra or something to win, but he's got it. We just saw it, so he's definitely a contender.
Right, so congratulations to Bedhead. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. Good luck to Semipro if he stays in it. Better luck next time. But that was disappointing. So thanks all for watching, guys. If you're still there, try and join us tomorrow night. I'll have those matches. They'll be on the playlist. I'll add this one in about 5 minutes' time to the playlist that we've got. So it's thank you to Steve for joining us, and we will bid you good night and see you again soon.
Yeah, I should be here for tomorrow's matches. Good night, guys.
Right, see you later, chaps.